a stream of headlines out of Washington, D.C. overnight, including some of the confusion as well around that federal funding freeze. Eamon Javers keeping track of it all. What do we got, Eamon?
Good morning, David. The White House says they expect 5 to 10% of the federal workforce to accept their offer for what they're calling a deferred resignation. They say that could save the taxpayers as much as $100 billion annually over the long term. The deal on the table is if you resign by next week as a federal employee, you can collect full pay and benefits and retain your pension until September 30th, even though you will do no work. The new Department of Government Efficiency posted this morning that employees, quote, can take the vacation you always wanted or just watch movies and chill while receiving your full government pay and benefits. That comes as the White House is beginning to fill in the details of an abrupt federal payment freeze.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting at more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will. During that auction that we saw a little bit before, the attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets. Now,
it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy. And it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now, we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back. And we have stocks. We have the Dow flat. We have S&P flat. And we have the NASDAQ down. And we know we have Jerome in the house today. And yield rates are going to become volatile right along with the VIX. So as he's speaking, markets will definitely move. And don't forget, guys, on Friday, we have contracts ending. Now, I went over this last night. We have X partners with Visa, a wallet on social media. And now all you need is a stablecoin regulation and a crisis to move in all this technology. We see the 4th industrial revolution speeding up in all facets, and I'm going to go over that later. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, right now, we have yield rates down, and markets are still pulling back, and we know that's due to the BOJ making that move. And once Jerome Powell is out the picture, we're going to see these yield rates slowly creep back up. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And right now, we have the dollar up. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $112 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And again, guys, We have Jerome in the house with his decision. But we already know he's going to pause because we still have sticky inflation. He's going to say the job market is doing wonderful. The economy is doing wonderful, which we know that is not true because we can look at all the statistics that consumers are hurting. But of course, they're going to say they're going to be data dependent. Now, he's going to be asked about tariffs. We're going to see if he makes a comment or if he stays away, because tariffs are going to cause more inflation. So we know the Fed can't make a move. But then on top of it, we're going to see the jobs market take a beating on this second half. And we see Doge and Trump are going into full effect. And remember, guys, these federal jobs, these are these good paying jobs, these pension jobs. And yes, they'll get paid for a little while, but guys, we know time flies. And you're not getting a good job like that again. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But they stated you can get paid and watch movies. Yes, guys, they really stated it. You can't make this stuff up. You're definitely in a movie, guys. This is hilarious. Now, we have the M2 money supply near as an all-time high, and that would be great. But, guys, we see all the central banks are shrinking the balance sheet. And we know that's definitely not good for Bitcoin, crypto, and stocks. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. And right now we have Bitcoin spot ETFs up. We have Ethereum spot ETFs down. Now we have Bitwise files to launch a Dogecoin ETF. And we're going to continue on seeing these altcoin ETFs come. Remember, guys, this is all about adoption and tokenization. BlackRock's Larry Fink says they need to speed it up. Bonds and stocks need to be tokenized. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Coinbase as Trump campaign manager and ex-New York Fed president to advisory council. And guys, we know it's called chess pieces. They move them around because these people know the plan. They keep the same pieces, and that moves them closer to their agenda. Now we have Robinhood teases Bitcoin futures trading in addition to oil, gold, FX, and stocks. And we also see Robinhood pushing this digital economy. And we have Coinbase secures regulatory approval to expand services in Argentina. And of course, again, that's all about adoption. Now we have French investigators launched judicial probe into Binance for money laundering, tax fraud, drug trafficking, and other charges. And you know you got to laugh because, guys, we know the banks are the biggest what? I'll let you finish that. And we know CZ is banned from Binance, and Binance Labs got rebranded, and he's going to join them. But it'll be interesting to see how far back the French goes, because basically if CZ was still the CEO, they again would hold him accountable. So guys, you got to sit back, get your popcorn, and let it play out. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Gary Gensler will return to his position at MIT. Yes, guys, you heard that correct. And he's probably one of the most important pieces over the last 4 years when it came to crypto, because he took the baton from Jay Clayton and kicked the regulation can down the road that pushed the United States behind on purpose so the emerging markets could rise. And us in crypto, we're never going to forget Gary Gensler and how influential he was in this space, because he helped the banks take over this space. Remember, Bitcoin and crypto was supposed to replace the banks, replace the politicians. Now the big banks, big corporations, and now we see politicians pushing crypto for this fourth industrial revolution agenda. And it was a master plan. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have Crypto.com will delist USDT and 9 other tokens in Europe on January 31st, and they have until March 31st to convert. And remember, guys, this is a plan. It moves in phases. Tether's job was to help the Fed gain control. Remember, they hold just as much U.S. Treasuries than any other country. They are help keeping the dollar afloat. And as Tether gets to disappear, we're going to see the Fed appear in the crypto space. Even though they control the space behind the curtain, when the Fed was printing all that money, we see USDT minting out of thin air, and we see Bitcoin have these 4-year cycles due to the Fed. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.